Durand Line: History, Conflict, and Geopolitical Ramifications. A line drawn with ink in a colonial office over a century ago, yet etched into the fabric of modern geopolitics with blood, betrayal, and enduring conflict. Welcome to the story of the Durand Line, a boundary that shaped the destiny of nations, tore through tribal lands, and continues to fuel discord in South Asia. 2. Origins of the Durand Line, 1893. In November 1893, a British diplomat, Sir Mortimer Durand, arrived in Kabul to meet Emir Abdurrahman Khan of Afghanistan. The resulting agreement, known as the Durand Line Agreement, defined the spheres of influence between British India and the Afghan kingdom. The British sought to create a buffer between their colony and Tsarist Russia, whose southward expansion raised imperial alarms. The agreement, never publicly debated in Afghanistan, cut through Pashtun and Baloch homelands without tribal consultation, yet it laid the foundation for what is now Pakistan's western border. 3. Ethnic fractures and Pashtun nationalism. The line did more than divide territory. It fractured kinship. Pashtun tribes, whose loyalties lay with tradition and family, found themselves on both sides of a line they neither drew nor recognized. This would spark a century of tension, fueling Pashtun nationalism. The idea of Pashtunistan, a proposed homeland for Pashtuns that would stretch from Afghanistan's southeast into Pakistan's northwest, became a rallying cry in Afghan political discourse throughout the 20th century. Order 4. 1947 partition and the first repudiation. When British India was partitioned in 1947, Pakistan inherited the Durand Line, but Afghanistan refused to recognize it. In a rare moment of international defiance, Afghanistan cast the sole vote against Pakistan's admission to the United Nations, citing the Durand Line's unresolved status. Afghan leaders argued the agreement had expired with the demise of the British Empire. They claimed the border needed renegotiation. Pakistan disagreed, asserting continuity of treaties as a successor state. 5. The Cold War and strategic depth. With the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in 1979, the Durand Line once again became a fault line, this time in the Cold War. Over 3 million Afghans crossed the porous border into Pakistan, bringing with them war, weapons, and ideology. Pakistan, backed by the United States, armed the Mujahideen through covert operations. For Pakistan, this was not just about religion or resistance. It was a matter of strategic depth, securing influence in Afghanistan to prevent encirclement by India. 6. Post 9/11, war on terror and border fencing. After 9/11, the Durand Line became a corridor of militant movement. Al-Qaeda and Taliban fighters used it as a lifeline, escaping coalition offensives in Afghanistan to regroup in Pakistan's tribal belt. In response, Pakistan launched large-scale military operations and began fencing the border, a move that triggered fresh diplomatic protests from Kabul. The Afghan government argued that fencing would cement a line they never agreed to. 7. Taliban 2.0 and continued disputes. Even after the Taliban's return to power in 2021, the border issue persists. While many in Pakistan hoped for a friendly regime in Kabul, the Taliban have made it clear they do not recognize the Durand Line as a legitimate border. Tensions have flared with deadly skirmishes. For now, the Durand Line remains not a bridge, but a battleground. 8. Drawn in, enduring in flame. The Durand Line: History, Conflict, and Geopolitical Ramifications. The Durand Line was drawn in ink by imperial hands, but it has endured in fire and blood, becoming more than a line. It is a wound, a memory, and a geopolitical reality. For Afghanistan and Pakistan, peace will only come when borders are reimagined, not as cages of identity, but as connections of coexistence. If you found this deep dive illuminating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment with your thoughts on colonial borders and their legacy. What should happen to the Durand Line? We read every comment.